What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Alberto Puello versus Batyr Akhmedov, and this was a 12-rounder for the vacant WBA Super Lightweight World Championship. And this fight was Saturday, August 20th, from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. And this fight was broadcasted on Showtime. And in this fight, Alberto Puello, in my opinion, got a very generous split decision victory over Batyr Akhmedov. I actually had this bout scored 117-111 in favor of Batyr Akhmedov. The judges had this bout wild. I don't know if I was the only one who had it wide for Akhmedov, but I thought it was a very competitive fight. There was a lot of swing rounds, but you got to judge each round as if it's its own fight. You can't just give rounds here and there because you think it's close, whatever. The rounds were very competitive, but I just had it 9-3 for Akhmedov. Two judges had this bout 117-111 for Puello, which just makes no sense in my opinion, because I feel like the closest that this bout could have been was maybe 7-5 for Akhmedov, maybe 6-6. There's a lot of swing rounds, like I said, but I just gave a lot of them to Akhmedov because I just judged each round by round, and who I thought won them. And yeah, like I said before, two judges had it 117-111 Puello, which I think is just insane, and one judge had it 115-113 for Akhmedov. So just to break this fight down round by round, I gave the first round to Akhmedov, although it was a very tight round, could have went either way. Not much happened. I just gave it to Akhmedov based off some body work, but Puello landed some nice uppercuts, so it definitely could have been to Puello that round. So that was one round that could have went to Puello. Rounds 2 and 3 I gave to Alberto Puello, even though I gave the first round very close to Akhmedov. The first three rounds could have easily been 30-27 for Puello, but rounds 2 and 3 I gave to him. Puello just boxed very good with some nice work on the outsides, but round 2 he was primarily targeting the head with his work. Round 3 he started adding in the body a bit. But then rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7 I gave all to Akhmedov because he really just started to go to the body more and really just started to walk down Puello, start to work harder, start to land the bigger and better shots, and I just thought he won those rounds pretty clear. And for the judges to only be giving Akhmedov 3 rounds, 2 of them, the ones that gave it to Puello, it's just shocking because there's like 4 rounds right there that Akhmedov won pretty clearly in my opinion. But out of those rounds, I guess you could say the closest round was round 4, but the thing is, round 6 was a big round. That was one of the rounds out of those middle rounds that Akhmedov won. Round 6, Puello was really hurt to the body towards the end of the round. He was hit with some big body shots. Then his hands went down. He was backtracking into the corner and getting hit with more shots. That was one big moment in the fight for Akhmedov. But then after that surge for Akhmedov in rounds 4, 5, and 6, or 4, 5, 6, and 7. In round 8, Puello actually had a strong showing. I thought he did really, really well. He boxed a bit on the outside and just sort of outlanded and just really just outworked Akhmedov in that round and landed some nice shots, but it was still a very, very close round. A lot of these rounds were very close, so I could imagine that scorecards are just varied all over the place. But it's still a very, very competitive fight nonetheless, even though I had it pretty wide for Akhmedov when it came to the numbers, but I still thought it was a very close fight because the rounds were very competitive. But in round 9, I gave it to Akhmedov. I gave Akhmedov rounds 9, 10, 11, and 12. In round 9 specifically, he had very, very great work from the body. Round 10 as well, very solid work. Round 11 and 12 were a bit muted. He started to work a bit less, but still I gave both of those rounds to him. I just thought he just outworked Puello a little bit. But, Puello also had some nice work of his own, specifically in round 12, but I just thought it was overshadowed by more of the body work, again, from Akhmedov. So, yet again, this is a very odd decision, in my opinion. When I heard 117-111, I didn't know what to think because I thought this fight was close, and I thought that I had pretty much a little wide scorecard, but, I guess maybe some people might have had it wide for Puello. Comment down below if you watched this fight and how you scored it, because I'm very interested to see how people scored this fight. This goes into the question, what is next for Alberto Puello? As of now, I don't really know if this is so much of a disputed decision. I don't know if a lot of people had it for Puello. I don't know if a lot of people had it for Akhmedov because I just made this review right now. I'm pretty sure the unofficial scorecard had it fairly close for Akhmedov. I think they might have had it 115, 113, something like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what could be really next for both of these fighters if they have a rematch. I mean, that's definitely possible. Yeah, so just to get into what's next for Alberto Puello, he's now 21-0. Won the WBA world title here, and this is for the super belt, so he's recognized as the champion, the man at 140 now, because Josh Taylor was stripped of his title. So, yeah, I mean, Ismael Barroso also fought on this card. I'm not 100% sure if he won or lost. I'm pretty sure he should have won, but, yeah, there's a lot of guys hanging around at 140. So now he's the world champion. I mean, these are some options for him. He could maybe rematch Batyr Akhmedov. Maybe he could take on Ismael Barroso if he did win his fight today. I'm not 100% sure if he did. I'm sure he did, though, as I mentioned before. Or he could take on someone else who's ranked inside the top 15 or highly by the WBA at 140 pounds. But as for Batyr Akhmedov, losing here for the second time in his career in his second world title fight, I thought he should have won this fight. This was another disputed decision in a world title loss. Yeah, I think in his next fight he'll take on some lower level competition before getting highly rated by the WBA. Again, I think he might fight for a world title, but I think the next time he fights for a world title, it'll be for the WBA regular 140-pound title, something like that. So overall, Alberto Puello gets a split decision victory over Batyr Akhmedov to become the new WBA super lightweight world champion, and I believe he is the first ever Dominican-born super lightweight champion in history. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.